Hi, my name is Juliet Azedi Ajaab and I'm a fashion designer. My childhood wasn't anything strange. Before I was diagnosed with scoliosis, I didn't really feel any extra pain in my back. I used to run around in the grass and play like every ordinary child. So it was somewhere close to university that I started feeling pain. But it wasn't excruciating, so I never really went to the hospital or anything. And I was very sporty then, so it wasn't a problem. So scoliosis is basically a curvature of the back, the spine. So everybody has a normal degree of curvature of their back, but with scoliosis, it's usually more to one side. So there are various degrees and levels of scoliosis. So some people have S-curves, and that's quite serious. And some people are, it's not that much. So for me personally, my spine is curved a little bit to the left. So because of that, it's weakened my muscles on the right side of my back. And so the right side has to do extra work. So it causes a lot of pain, a lot of stress, and there's a bit of a bulk at that side as well. So the curvature causes pain, and it affects your posture as well. So that's what scoliosis is basically. Life was challenging after the diagnosis, and the best I would say is I was in a lot of pain, and I didn't really have that much knowledge about scoliosis, so managing the pain was tough. I was going to the hospital very often. I had a canopy of drugs I had to take every single day just to manage the pain. So it was difficult, and I also had to go on physiotherapy. Physio was also hard for me a little, but over time I adjusted. I did my own personal research about scoliosis, and then I found out ways and means to make my pain a little less. So it was very hard at the beginning, but over time it got better. Luckily for me, being a business owner and a fashion designer gives me some kind of flexibility. So I work flexible hours. So I can take a break pretty much whenever I want and lie down and rest. And with scoliosis, the effects are more extreme when you sit for long hours, you stand, or you walk, or you do a lot of physical activity. So lying down, sitting down in a comfortable position, in a very laid back position is kind of okay. So it always helped. So I would take regular breaks. I'll take time off work completely for a while. And luckily for me, I'm a business owner, so I don't have my boss saying come to work all the time. So yeah, it was okay. My clothing line is called Zedi. Zedi is a unisex clothing line for both men and women, and we make clothes that have a Ghanaian fusion to them, even though they are very modern and trendy. So we started in 2011. It started as Zedi Cross, and it slowly emerged and became Zedi. We have a shop, a physical shop at Airport Residential Area. We've moved from place to place. Finally, we've landed at Airport Residential Area. And we're also online. We have a website that's zedigana.com. You can order right from the website, or you can just walk to the shop, or you can hit us up on Facebook, Instagram. We are on all of them. Twitter also. Living with scoliosis has taught me a lot of things, and it's that human beings have more strength than we actually believe we do. And there are so many limitations that could affect a person in this life. But if you are strong enough, you do a lot of research, and you have the faith, you can go beyond it. There are so many people living with scoliosis or other diseases or other issues that prevent them from doing what they dream to do. And I feel like sometimes you need to push further and harder. You shouldn't let such a thing limit you. All you have to do is work hard, read wide, and just push through and just keep going. I was diagnosed with scoliosis. I could have given up I could have said, oh, my back hurts, and so I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. But I did not give up. I kept pushing myself further and further. And I also found ways to cut corners, because getting a 9-to-5 job was going to be hard for me and was going to worsen my case. So I decided to start my own business. There are ways and means to be creative and to do things that you normally wouldn't do, but at the end of the day, the results will be much, much better than what you even expect. So I would say anyone with a disease or an illness or anything that is slowing them down physically should not give up at all. There's so many ways you could end up being at the top, even above all the people who are very physically able.